Hi guys, I'm Gatesy. Welcome to Falls from Iron. Thanks for joining me. Don't forget, drop a like on the video. It really does help the channel out. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Make sure you hit that bell icon to be notified of any new content as and when it is uploaded to the channel, such as this. So the news has come through that Michail Antonio has at last got his papers, his passport, and allows him to play for Jamaica. Now, I did a stream on this a couple of months ago. He was called up to a 60-man provisional squad that was later trimmed to 23. He didn't make the final 23 because at the time he didn't get the paperwork that he needed in time to qualify him to play for the country of his parents' birth. He's now got all the papers that he needs and he's got the green light. He can now play for Jamaica in their upcoming qualification campaign for the 2022 World Cup. Now, taking my West Ham hat off for a moment, Michail Antonio has been a tremendous servant for West Ham United Football Club. He's played in a number of different positions, not just as a striker, which is where he is now. He's played right wing, he's played left wing, he's played as a wing back, he's played as a right back. From a just a totally non-West Ham point of view, I look at it and go, he's 31 years of age now. By the time that the World Cup rolls around, he'll be 32, going on 33. Realistically, this is his one and only opportunity to play at a World Cup. He has to grab it with both hands for me, because it's not going to happen again. This is his one and only shot to play in the biggest tournament in football, bar none. Forget the Champions League. The World Cup is the biggest, most prestigious footballing tournament that a player can win in their career. You win a World Cup, or I'm not saying that Jamaica obviously are going to win a World Cup, but just to play in a World Cup for a nation the size of Jamaica. They've only qualified for a World Cup once before, and that was in France '98. They didn't get past the group stage into the last 16. Every chance they could make it, who knows? They went out in the CONCACAF Gold Cup, which started just after the Euros finished. They got to the quarter-final stage. They lost to the USA 1-0. The USA then went on to win the tournament in the final against Mexico. Now, like I say, from a non-West Ham point of view, Michail Antonio, I am so pleased that he's going to try and get to a World Cup. I hope he does it. I hope Jamaica gets to the World Cup. And I hope to be able to see another West Ham player representing their nation at a major international tournament. Like we just did in the Euros. We obviously had Declan Rice representing England. We obviously had Thomas Souček and Vladimir Tufal representing the Czech Republic. And we obviously had Andrei Yarmolenko representing the Ukraine. And gives you a little bit of a sense of pride that your club has produced players to an international tournament that go on and do their countries proud. But now I've got to put my West Ham hat back on. He will be eligible to play 8 games between now and the end of the year for Jamaica in their qualification process. There is another 6 matches that are played between January and March. And don't forget, all of these matches will be played on the other side of the Atlantic. So you've got the jet lag, your travel, and all the other issues that are to do with it. We know that his hamstrings are prone to strains and pulls and things like that. And we've also got the thing that at the time that I record this, he is still our only out-and-out recognised striker at the club. Some people still argue that point. Some people still say to me that he's not a striker. At what point do you say that he's now a striker? He's been fulfilling that role for the last season and a half, and he has done it with aplomb. He's a striker. End of conversation. He is a striker. Now, the fact that West Ham have only got one striker is not Michail Antonio's issue. It isn't. That's David Moyes' issue. And David Moyes has had since January to get another striker in. And for whatever reason, whether it's a case of finances, whether it's a case of, he just can't get the right piece of the jigsaw to fit, whatever the reason is, he hasn't, as of the time that I recalled this, hasn't got that striker in to either supersede Antonio and move Antonio onto the wing or onto the bench, who knows, or to at least be a backup to him and to take the pressure off of him, in certain games and all the rest of it. Now, we've obviously got an extra 6 games in Europe as well. We've got 38 league games, FA Cup, League Cup, although we do enter the League Cup a round later because of our European exploits. So the League Cup will be playing, in theory, 1 game less. But like I say, 6 games. He's got another 14 games for Jamaica in theory, if he plays in every single one of them. I read in an article today that he could be playing 37 games in 129 days. Now, with my West Ham hat on, I'm concerned, and it makes it more incumbent on David Moyes that he's got to get another striker in. He just has to. Now, whether that's a striker that he goes out and he lumps a load of money on a guy that can come in and score and, like I say, supplement Antonio's output and maybe provide a little bit of respite for him in the season, score 10 or so league goals, 15 goals, who knows. But we need a striker. It's an absolute imperative now. And I've been saying it for a while. We're putting an awful lot of emphasis on signing a centre-back. Nikola Milenkovic, that deal's collapsed. Kurt Zuma, doesn't look like that's going to happen. Other names that have been bandied around, James Tarkowski. We don't need a centre-back. We don't. Let's stop and look at it. We've got Angelo Ogbonna, we've got Craig Dawson, we've got Issa Diop. We've even got Winston Reid at the club. Most people have forgotten he's there, but he's still able to play. He played in the Olympics that has just finished. He played for Brentford at the back end of last season on a loan deal. All right, maybe he's not Premier League quality. Maybe he still can't last 90 minutes every week, playing Premier League pace football. But he is a body. We've got one striker. I know you could turn around and say Bowen can play there. I know you could turn around and say Yarmolenko could play there. I'm not too sure that they're the answer. And if you're talking about putting Mipo Adebeko there, he's not ready. He's not ready. So we need a striker. And whether it's like someone we pay money for, whether it's someone that we dip into the free market, I believe that Diego Costa is still available. I'm not saying he's the answer, and I'm not saying in an ideal world he'd be the striker I'd be looking to go for. And it may well be that, maybe he doesn't fit the David Moyes style of play, but I'm just throwing his name out there as an example. There must be someone out there in world football right now, that's a free agent that could just come in and do a job. Like I say, I'm happy for Michail Antonio, and I hope Jamaica qualify for the World Cup. I really do. I want to see Michail Antonio representing the nation of his parents' birth at the next World Cup in Qatar in 2022. And we as West Ham fans can get an element of pride out of that. But it now becomes incumbent upon David Moyes, David Sullivan, David Gold, whoever, to get another striker in and to do it in this transfer window. We can't wait till January, because potentially Michail Antonio has got another 8 matches that he potentially could be playing, as well as the league programme, as well as European competitions, as well as domestic cup competitions up till the January transfer window. So we need to get a striker in. No ifs, no buts. Free, signing, whatever it is, loan. Get a striker in, Mr. Moyes. You need to get a striker in. That's my thoughts on it. You've got the comment section down below. What are your thoughts on Michail Antonio, first of all? You know, are you happy? I know there are some West Ham fans that are not. I know there are some West Ham fans that would rather he doesn't play for Jamaica. I know there are some West Ham fans that are quite concerned. I have a level of concern, but at the same time, I'm like, look, he's earned the opportunity. He's earned the right for what he's done for the club to be able to make the decision on what he does going forwards in his career. And if he's decided, which he clearly has, that he wants to represent Jamaica, I'm fully behind him. But it's incumbent upon David Moyes, David Sullivan, David Gold, whoever, to get a striker in by hook or by crook by the time this transfer window closes on the 31st of August. Because otherwise, we could have a massive problem on our hands if, and I'll say it quietly, when Michail Antonio gets an injury, probably a hamstring, that will probably put him out for about 6 matches. We know what's going to happen. It's happened before. So, anyway, comment sections below. Get stuck into it. Are you happy that he's been called up for Jamaica? That he's got his papers? Are you a little bit more, not too pleased about that one? Let us know your thoughts. And what are your thoughts on getting a striker in? So far it hasn't happened. Is there any names that you're thinking of that realistically we could sign? I mean, it'd be very easy for you to turn around and go Lewandowski, but realistically he's not going to be a West Ham player, or Harry Kane. Realistically, he's not going to come to West Ham. So realistically, who would you like? Who do you think would fit? What do you think they could bring to the team? Comment section below. Get stuck into it. As usual, guys, thanks for joining me. Please don't forget to drop a like on the video. It really does help the channel out with the old YouTube algorithms. So please, if you could, that would be great. Don't forget, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. Make sure you click that bell icon to be notified of any new content as and when we upload it to the channel. I'm going to leave you guys there. Stay safe. And I'm just going to finish with my usual, come on you Irons.